Hey guys, this is the second part of my Friday night video, the nighttime video, and I just wanted to follow up. I just shut off the my first one, and I wanted to tell you about kind of my late afternoon. So sometimes I'm fortunate in that people kind of hear about me, whether it's through somebody reaching out to them, like Pastor Robert heard about me today, or whether it's through Facebook page, like it's happened in the past, or whether it's from my navigator friends kind of getting out and letting the town know that I'm on my way, and they kind of read about my bio and say, seems like a pretty decent guy. Well, on that note, the folks at the Highway Cafe, not far over there, had heard about me and said, hey, if he comes in town, tell him to stop by. We'd love to say hello. Excuse me. And for me, it's great when you don't really have a place to go. As I've said before, when I go into a town like tomorrow, I don't have a designated place to go other than the laundromat. So I usually reach out to a VFW or American Legion just to thank the fellas for their service, the gentlemen and ladies. But when you have a place, it's kind of neat. So I made my way to the Highway Cafe, which is on the outskirts of Veneta. And I walked in, as I did, a young lady came outside and said, you must be Jim. And that young lady was Beth, the owner of the cafe. And her and her daughter were outside, her daughter Madeline. And they welcomed me, and I sat down. I had a cold water and a cold Diet Coke, and started to talk with them a little bit. And it was really, really neat because they lived in Texas. I should say Beth lived in Texas. She came up here to be with her family. Her family's pretty fascinating on all fronts. So right next door to their cafe is a place called the Western Motel, which is run by a 98-year-old, if I got these facts right, a 98-year-old gentleman and an 82-year-old woman, husband and wife, and their best parents. And her dad, I've already met, is a World War II veteran. He's been recognized by the Honor Flight Group. He flew this is his own words now, he flew 63 missions over China and Burma in World War II on a B-25, which pretty big fella. So I mean, think about that for a minute. So it's great to be around somebody who served our country and did so in such a, I have a thing for pilots, I like the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, and my dad had his license, so I guess I got a little bit of a Johnson for pilots. So to meet a guy that flew a B-25 was just insane and awesome. And he's 98 years old, and him and his mom, him and his wife still maintain the motel. They don't hire anything out. So imagine a 98-year-old man and an 82-year-old woman, how are you, sir, still maintaining the motel. And I had a laugh as I went in and kind of give them my ID and things like that. The TV was on. Mom was taking care of me at the counter, and I hear our president on the TV. And of course, it seems to be two words that always seem to come out of his mouth whenever I seem to be around, and that's Hillary Clinton. And I don't know why. Maybe it's legit. But I just said to myself, I go, there we go with Hillary again. And the woman says to me, she looked at me, she says, he's 98 years old. I let him watch whatever he wants. But what was great about meeting Madeline, well, Madeline was the young daughter of Beth. First of all, they were great people. They're right on Route 66 at a sign-in book. I wrote it. I couldn't even see straight. I wrote like a crazy person, I guess. So I'm embarrassed by that part. But anyway, there were three things that I really took from meeting them that I thought was amazing, along with their parents here at the motel. But Madeline's a young lady, and I think I shared her picture, or will be doing so soon if I haven't. She is a performer. Her big sister, who I met on the way out, her big sister Ashlyn, is she was a rodeo queen, and is pretty darn accomplished at that. Well, Madeline says, "Oh, that's not me. I'm the opposite. I'm the singer dancer. I like to perform." And I asked her about performing, and she told me this. So this is really neat, and I'm interested to get some pictures to hear about it. She has the starring role in the performance of Annie. And when I asked where the theater is, she told me the Coleman Theater way back in Miami, which I took a tour of and was magnificent. And I don't know if I shared the pictures with you guys or not, but there's a theater in downtown Miami which hosted vaudeville acts and things like that. And Mike Lilly took me around and walked through it and some of the backstory, and it was just beautiful. I mean, old-time theater, just beautiful, phenomenal. So this little girl is going to go star in Annie back in the Miami Theater, which in between September 27th and September 30th. So Mike and Carla, I hope you guys get some tickets, and all the folks up that way in Afton can get some tickets and go see this little girl as part of the PTT family, and you guys can all kind of go support her. and I think that'd be neat. But then there's a second part of the story, which I think is pretty impressive and pretty beautiful. If you heard me dedicate a song, "The Woman in My Life," the other day by Phil Vassar, the first song talks about his mother always being there for him, and I had a lot of that in my life. My mom was at every one of my games and practices and was always there, and I'm sure she had better things to be doing at times. Anyway, it got me to thinking. I walked from Miami to Afton, from Afton to Veneta, and that's a pretty good haul. So I said to Mel, I said, "How often do you rehearse?" And she said, 4 or 5 days a week. And I said, "Back up there?" And she said, "Yeah." And she goes, "I go to school from essentially 7:30 to 3:30. I said, "What do you do? Just come home and hit and run, grab some food and go?" "Yeah." She says, "We come home, we let the dog out, we grab some food, and my mom takes me to practice 4 or 5 days a week." And I said, "Wow, that's pretty special of your mom to make that happen for you." And then this little young lady said something I think even more special. That shows that she appreciates her mom with that. She sat there and said, "Yeah," she said, "my school, I go to a private school that's 30 minutes the other direction." I said, "You bus there or you get dropped off?" She said, "No, my mom takes me and picks me up." So when you think about what us parents sometimes do for the love of our children, and I don't think anybody could tell you, I didn't get to meet her long, but just the simple fact of how she reached out and welcomed me. But here's Beth, who takes her daughter to school a half an hour west of here, gets her, runs the business, moved back here to be close to her mom and dad right here at the motel, got the cafe next door, and then runs her 30 miles east of here, 30 minutes east of here for practice 4 or 5 nights a week. And I'm sure, she sits there through that. So you talk about sacrifice and love of your children. And again, I don't know her well enough except those facts, and I think that's pretty special. And I think there's a lot of parents out there like that, and I think sometimes, just like the coaches that I've asked to recognize in the past and the volunteers, and sometimes us kids forget to thank our parents and appreciate them. So to all of the Beths out there in the world, to all of the Betty Smiths out there that took me to all my practices and things like that, to my brother who helped coach and I didn't have to when he got other things he could have been doing, thank you to all of you for doing what you're doing and making your kids a huge priority. So that's a little bit about today. So really in what seemed only like about a 9-hour period, a 9 or 10 hour period, man, I got a lot, I don't want to say thrown at me, but a lot of people inspiring me, a lot of really good relationships that prove once again that mankind and humanity does exist. So as I said, walking out of Afton and having Heather reach out to me, having Lloyd and Ashley introduce themselves to me and offer me a lift down the road, to having Pastor Robert pray for me and reach out to me and provide me a hotel here, or at least a room, to Beth and Madeline and Ashley, and then to her parents, to the folks at the restaurant that picked up my tab. I mean, just in 10 hours to think I've met that many people, that's a pretty full day, and that doesn't even take into account all of the people who have been following me online and supporting me online, who've shared stories with me today. I mean, it seems like every day I'm getting, Danny was on spreading the word for me, Danae down in Texas, well, she lives up here, but is in Texas, spreading the word for me. Some of my other folks that have been supporting me all the way through have been supportive. There's a kitty cat that's stalking me, meowing at me. So, kitty cat stopped and rolled in the dirt. Anyway, so that's been the day, but I wanted to recognize some of these folks and share the positives. Like I said, to even to Garth and Tricia, who I don't know from Adam, and even the Dr. Phil, who does an amazing thing to have the connection to this territory, this area here, is very remarkable. So I thank you all. The down part for me, being I'm relatively social, and I did sleep pretty well last night, is we're gonna have company here in a minute, guys. So just so you see. Oh, I got company coming. He's been stalking me a little bit. So if you hear the meows, that's the meows you hear. So anyway, I'm sitting outside, and I guess when you're outside, anything can happen. Oh, I also didn't talk about Casey. So Casey was a gentleman. I was about a half a mile from the cafe, and some guy comes, luckily about 8 feet away, comes running up on me. Sir, can I get you a water? And I thought he was walking across the country too. He had a backpack on, and he just wanted to run in the heat and said, "I just thought you might need a water." I gotta show you this kitty cat just kind of moving on up to be here. So I don't know where you came from, kitty cat, but you keep on worming on over to me here. So maybe you're showing me some humanity, right? Maybe you felt like I missed my dog and you wanted to give me some animal love, maybe, and just kind of tell me things are cool. You're actually kind of cute. I'm not a cat guy, but you're kind of cute. Can I pet you? Okay, you're not gonna, you are cute. All right, kitty cat. I'm really not a cat guy though. So, but you are really sweet. And okay, I'm gonna stop petting you though now. Okay. All right, baby. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. A little digress. No, I'm not gonna pet you anymore. So anyway, that's a little bit about today. My son's baseball team, the York Young Revolution, plays in a tournament tomorrow. I hear it's raining pretty hard back there, so they pushed the starting times back. My daughter's horseback riding lesson got canceled, so I'm sorry to hear that. Look, kitty cat, more people. Go see them. Anyway, so that's kind of the deal. Oh, I was starting to say, I'm way on the outside of town. The bad part for me is that it's still relatively early, and I had a full night's sleep last night, and there's really not a whole lot anywhere between here and this cat just keeps warming up here. I kid you not. There's a cat right there. Right there. There he is. Where she is, I'm not sure. Anyway, oh, so one more thing in how God works in mysterious ways, I presume. So I make it into the Highway Cafe. I sit down, and I'm behind a booth with this older woman named Jeanette. Well, you really are climbing into my lap, kitty cat. And she hears me talking, and I give her my card, and we hear the story. And I said, well, I'm going to be down in I'm going to be down in Chelsea is my goal tomorrow. Hey, kitty cat. All right, you coming up over here? All right, let's at least get you on camera and give you some airtime. All right, and you coming? Okay, I'll pet you. All right. I don't know who you are, but you seem cool. Don't show my dog Luna this; she might get jealous. I haven't seen her in a while. So anyway, so here she says, well, I live down in Chelsea, and I said, well, do you happen to know if they have a laundromat down there? Because I'm in desperate need of a laundromat. Now, don't be a camera hog now, kitty cat. Wow, you're just gonna plop right there, huh? Alrighty. So I'll gotta get the spotlight. Spotlight's on you, kitty cat. Stop kicking me. Stop kicking me. Anyway, so she says, yeah, my son owns it, about the laundromat. I said, well, that's ironic. I said, I guess I'll be heading down there. I guess I'll be heading down there tomorrow. So, and she said, well, if it's closed, just call me. My number's on the window. And she says, oh, the woman, I'm not going to bother you. But anyway, so for those of you down in Chelsea, Oklahoma, Chelsea's my destination tomorrow, and then after that, I believe, is Claremont. And then kind of the next day, which I guess would probably be Monday, Claremont into the Tulsa area. I'm looking forward to an attraction. I want to say the town is Catoosa, but something called the Blue Whale. So if you guys get a chance, go Google the Blue Whale in Catoosa. Really, really cool thing, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's about it, my second video, guys. I love you all. Thank you for following. Say goodbye to my friend over here who decided to come and join me. I don't know his or her name, but she is a star of the night video. So, guys, thanks very much. I love you all. And Landon, Kira, Grace, please be good for Mom. Landon, great. Keep your head up. Hey, behavior tomorrow, right? Show character. Be a leader. Don't if you strike out or you drop a ball, it's all good, brother. All right. No one's gonna love you any less. You just pick your head up and you scrap on the next play and make sure you make the next play. Okay? You and I have talked about this. Make sure you thank your coaches. Be a good teammate. All right. Make sure you thank the umpires, because they're all down there volunteering their time. They don't have to be down there. And certainly, if they try to coach you, understand it's coaching and not criticism, all right? But I'm being sincere for a moment now. So if you're hearing this, and if your mom gets this, make sure she lets you hear it. So I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, buddy. I'm so proud of all you guys, Grace and Kira too. But you're a heck of a little ball player. But, you know, there's a lot of heck of little ball players out there. Your whole team is full of them. You're going to have to keep working hard, and you can't get down, right, bud? So I love you guys. Have a great, great day, and thanks for following, everybody.